A day after a tense meeting with Democrats, President Trump continues his fight to strengthen America's borders, even if it means a government shutdown. His Twitter comments are escalating tensions with congressional Democrats. White House correspondent Mark Irons reports. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Lauren. Today I talked to a senior White House official and a representative of the U.S. bishops about the debate. The clock is ticking for President Trump and lawmakers. They face a December 21st deadline to figure out government funding.
President Trump is speaking out. He weighed in again today on Twitter, writing, "The Democrats and President Obama gave Iran $150 billion and got nothing, but they can't give $5 billion for national security and a wall."
The president is wise and he says what he wants to and what he means.
I met Kevin Hassett outside the West Wing of the White House, but the president's economic advisor didn't want to discuss the financial impact of shutting down the government.
I'm not going to talk about the shutdown stuff right now. There's an active negotiation going on.
Today, the president called on Democratic leaders to, quote, "give us the votes to get additional border security."
The bishops absolutely recognize the right of nations to secure their borders. That's a very important right.
Ashley Feasley is policy director in the migration office for the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. She tells me rights come with responsibility, and the $5 billion President Trump is demanding could go to more than a wall.
It's a lot of money that's been asked for this, and there are certainly other things that can also help improve security in a humane way to address some of the vulnerable people that are coming across the border today.
The Catholic Catechism offers additional insight. Section 2241 says the more prosperous nations are obliged, to the extent they are able, to welcome the foreigner in search of the security and the means of livelihood which he cannot find in his country of origin. But it adds, immigrants are obliged to respect with gratitude the material and spiritual heritage of the country that receives them, to obey its laws, and to assist in carrying civic burdens.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Americans will suffer needlessly if President Trump follows through on his threat to shut down parts of the government. Democrats say they've given the president two options to keep the government open, but the wall remains the sticking point. Lauren?
What happens if the two sides don't reach a deal before the December 21st deadline?
About 1/4 of the government would close down. Now, that includes the Departments of Justice, State, Homeland Security, Transportation, and Agriculture. In addition, national parks would all see non-essential services stop. Lauren?
And that means no salaries, too. White House correspondent Mark Irons. Thank you, Mark.